We have an opening of beach for goods and services and for value procurement, followed, followed by the previous conference for civil work. So we will start with first with the opening of beach for the goods and services. So we request everybody to stand for the
Let us pray. Father in heaven, thank you for bringing us together safely. As we prepare for this meeting, we ask that you prepare our hearts and lead us in your wisdom. May we set aside our own agendas and seek what you desire for us to accomplish during this meeting. Please direct our thoughts and guide our discussion. Help us to be attentive and respectful of one another's input and to work as a team. We ask that you grant us clarity of mind and lead us to helpful solutions. In Jesus' name, amen.
Once again, good afternoon, everyone. So I now call the opening of the produce and under all value improvement and previous conference for civil work. And we request our procurement head to read the sentence.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, committee members, and everyone joining us via live stream and in person for today's scheduled adjournment of small value procurement opening of bids on goods and services, including PB on 7 works dated July 2022, 2026. We will now proceed with the roll call to determine the presence of the participants. For back attendance, back chairperson Engineer Brunel Mark F. Baranda, back vice chairperson Engineer Nancy B. Balansag, back regular member Engineer Alvin C. Ligarte, back professional member Engineer Nuhaya C. Mambuay, back secretary Mustoli Engineer Rodolfo I. Sital, for PDA's representative Engineer Mian Cristi Ovaldi. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Sota. Actually, four members are present, so we declare that a quorum is public. And we also inform everyone that this proceeding is being live streamed to our official YouTube channel called Transparency. And all the notices are issued 5 days prior the opening of it. So we will request our procurement staff to open the box. Our main agenda for the opening of these for the goods and services under 4 value procurement, we have 6 PR numbers. PR number 226, -06.129, to provide the delivery of maintenance materials used for the trade wholesale activity along the BCIR and GCVR. Second, certificate of class 07.147, supply delivery of maintenance materials to be used for the repair of damaged equipment along the BCIR and Third is certificate class 07.148, supply and delivery of maintenance materials to be used for the black work along the BCIR and Fourth is certificate class 07.149, supply delivery of piece of equipment to be used for repair damaged equipment along the BCIR and Fifth is certificate class 07.150, supply and delivery of all warning signs for installation along the Gingoog section. And last is certificate class 07.151, supply and delivery of maintenance material to be utilize the concrete works, block filling, and other engineering activities along BCIR section. For PR number 2026-06-129 and 2026-07-147, to be evaluated by engineer Nancy Barangay. For 2026-07-148 and 2026-07-149, to be evaluated by Slowly, and 2026-07-150, evaluated by engineer Macopa, and for 2026-07-151, evaluated by engineer Mandahilag. So we proceed with the opening of the people. People okay, valid until March 31, 2027. BCIR certificate valid until March 7, 2021. Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2026. Tax clearance valid until October 30, 2026. Audited financial statement, date of filing April 30, 2025. And all entries are correctly written and rigidly written. Honorable one statement is not applicable in PVC below 50,000. With a bid amount of 41,773 pesos. I repeat, 41,773 pesos. Please Gingoog Ironworks and General Supply submitted all the required documents and the ABC and the bid amount is below the ABC. Therefore, Gingoog Ironworks and General Supply overruling power.
The administration, PR number 2026-06-129, supply of the legal documents not related to be used for miscellaneous roadside activity along BCIR and GCVR. RFQ submitted by Gingoog Enterprises. All entries were typewritten or legibly written with a delivery period of 30 days and a price validity of 60 days. They have submitted and attached their valid previous registration certificate and category membership, all 3 pages, valid until March 31, 2027. Also, they have attached their mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2026. Is there with their DPI registration certificate valid until June 14, 2028. They have also attached their updated tax clearance valid until February 27, 2027. And their duly signed omnibus sworn statement and duly notarized by Attorney Mariam Pitilla. Their bid amount as read is 346,000 pesos only. I repeat, their bid amount as read is 346,000 pesos only. Since the Batas has submitted all the required documents and their bid amount is not above the budget submitted, Gingoog Enterprises for PR number 2026-06-129 is passed.
Mr. Chair, for PR number 156-07-151, supply and delivery of maintenance materials to be used. Supply and delivery of maintenance materials to be used to utilize the concrete works of filling and repair activities and all BCIR section. Submitted by Gingoog Enterprises. We have submitted Poblacion are interviewed, which will be written. We have also they have also attached illustration. March 31, 2027. They also attached valid years to the meet, valid until December 2026. And the tax clearance valid until February 7. We have also attached omnibus sworn statement to be signed and notarized by the DPWH. And with the bid amount of 982,800 pesos only. Again, 982,800 pesos only. This the bid amount is below the budget ceiling. Therefore, Gingoog Enterprises were already expanded.
For PR number 9, submitted by New People's Highway. New People's Highway submitted valid certificate valid until April 15, 2027. Valid DPI certificate valid until January 29, 2030. Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2026. Tax clearance valid until March 10, 2027. And audited financial statement date of filing until 8/20/2023. Here, the omnibus sworn statement is not applicable since they usually 50,000. And with a bid amount of 41,870. 41,870 pesos only. And since the entries are legally written. The new people's hardware overall rating.
Mr. Chair. Okay, I'm basically that really so fly and the regulation one point for the selection and more than subscription for the article submitted by new people higher. Yet they have all the increase and regulating. They have submitted registration number valid registration number valid on April 2027. They also attach meals business permit valid on the 12/21/2026. They also attach business activity valid on the January 2020. Tax clearance valid until March 2027. No need to have made updated annual livelihood because the ABC is being made for the activity. They have also submitted a label for treatment duly notarized by they submitted the label for notarized by but the ABC is below. They have submitted a label for treatment duly notarized by attorney department in Mandahilag. Mr. Chair, the total bill price is 270,000. So I repeat, 170,000 to be more than pieces. Okay, for the same number 2026-06-129, submitted by Burns General Merchandise. Was submitted the duly accomplished RFQ. All entries were type written and legibly written. They have indicated a delivery period of 30 days and advance validity of 60 days. They have submitted their valid project registration certificate, valid until November 24, 2026. Also, they have submitted their mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2026. Together with their DPI registration certificate valid until December 2010. Also, they have submitted their tax clearance validity is up to January 16, 2027. They have also attached their omnibus sworn statement duly signed by the authorized representative and duly notarized by Attorney Ricardo ng Pata. Mr. Chair, their total amount bid as rent is 367,000 or 750 pesos only. I repeat, their total amount as rent is 367,750 pesos only. Since they have submitted all the required documents and their bid amount as rent is not above the budget ceiling, Burns General Merchandise overall ratings as
DPR number 2026-07-148, submitted by Bird General Merchandise. Bird General Merchandise submitted valid business registration certificate, valid until November 24, 2026. DDI certificate valid until December 20, 2029. Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2026. Tax clearance valid until January 16, 2027. And outlet financial statement valid date of filing April 24, 2025. Since the since the EPC is less than 50,000, omnibus statement is not applicable. With a bid amount of 42,071 pesos, rupees 42,071. Since the version of the night, all entities are individually written, and the ABC is, and the bid amount is below the ABC version of the night overrating.
Mr. Chair, for the same PR number 2026-07-151, submitted by Grace General Merchandise. They have submitted a published RFQ, which is been written, indicating the delivery period of 30 days and price validity of 60 days. We have also submitted previous registration, valid until November 24, 2026. Also, they have submitted valid DTI certificate, valid until December 2029, valid mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2026. Tax clearance, valid until January 16, 2027, and an audited financial statement with date for filing last April 24, 2020. We also attached only goes one statement. Unisigned and utilized at 30 Department Backup. With the bid amount of 988,400 pesos only. I repeat, 988,400 pesos only. This survey amount is below the budget ceiling. They have submitted a required complaints first, with the merchandise is rated as must. That's how we secure.
For PR number 2026-07-149, submitted by New People's Hardware. New People's Hardware submitted valid field utilization certificate valid until April 15, 2027, and valid DPWH certificate valid until January 29, 2030. Mayor permit valid until December 31, 2026. Tax clearance valid until March 10, 2027, and outlet financial statement date of filing on April 8, 2026. Also attached the omnibus sworn statement and notarized by Attorney Ricarte and Nambata. And all the entries are illegibly written, and the review period is 30 calendar days. With a bid amount of 235,984 pesos only. And with 235,984 pesos only. Since New People's Hardware submitted all the required documents and the bid amount is less than the ABC, therefore New People's Hardware already passed.
Thank you. Also, I number 2026, that's it, saving that's completely. The plan delivery of no, the warning signs for this meeting, along the war, menu of substitution. The other two submitted by Intel, Enterprises, all in place, have HUV that submitted the registration number, valid, registration certificate valid until March 31, 2027. They also submitted new business permit valid until 12/31/2026. Their DTI certificate valid until June 14, 2028. They have also got stock clearance, not really complete tomorrow, 27. There also attached uniform flow statement, duly notarized by attorney Gobey Gas. Things both the required document comply with legal integrity with with amount of 270,300 pesos only. 270,500 pesos only. Therefore, when paid, the price is passed. Okay, for the same PI number 2026-06-119, submitted by New People's Hardware. They have submitted their duly accomplished RFQ, type written and legibly written, indicating a delivery period of 30 days and a price validity of 60 days. They have attached and submitted their valid business registration certificate, valid until April 15, 2027. Also, they have submitted their mayor's permit, valid until the end of the year, December 31, 2026. Together also with their DTI registration certificate, valid until January 29, 2030. They have also submitted their tax clearance with the validity of March 10, 2027. Also, they have submitted their omnibus sworn statement, duly signed by the owner and duly notarized by Attorney Ricardo Bata. They have indicated a total amount of bid as read 367,575 pesos only. I repeat, their total amount of bid as read is 367,575 pesos only. Since they have submitted all the required documents, New People's Hardware for PR number 2026-06-129, its overall rating is passed.
Here for CPR number 2026-07-151, submitted by New People's Hardware. They've submitted duly accomplished RFQ form, legibly written and type written, indicating delivery period of 30 days and price validity of 60 days. They have also submitted and attached valid figures registration valid until April 15, 2027. Valid years permit valid until December 31, 2026. Valid tax clearance valid until March 10, 2027. Audited financial statement related filing last April 8, 2026. They have also attached omnibus sworn statement, duly signed and notarized by Attorney Ricardo Bata, with a bid amount of 972,000 only. Again, 972,000 only. Since New People's Hardware completed all the recorded documents, the bid amount is less than approved by the city. Therefore, the overall rating is passed. That's something.
Mr. Chair, we are number 2026-77-153. Supply delivery one, delivery we request for solution submitted by 5 signage fabricator that their increase and all legibility. They submitted the entries registration number valid registration certificate valid until 12/21/2026. Wheels business permit valid until December 31, 2026. They've also submitted DPWH certificate valid until August 3, 2026.
Then attach the tax clearance valid until 12 December 2026. Then also submitted the omnibus one statement duly notarized by Attorney Mariam R. Pitilia, Mr. Chairfield, high-five senators fabricators and made of the required documents with a bid amount, in the bid amount of 260,000 pieces only. Therefore, the high-five senators fabricator fund.
For PR number 2026-07-149, submitted by Gingoog Iron Work and General Merchandise. Gingoog Iron Work and General Merchandise submitted valid field utilization certificate, valid until March 31, 2027. DPWH certificate valid until March 7, 2021. Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2023. Tax clearance valid until October 30, 2023, and the audited financial statement date of filing April 30, 2025. Also attached the omnibus one statement. And all the entries are deleted. And with a bid amount of 233,000 pesos only. 233,000 pesos only. These both Iron Work and General Merchandise submitted all the required documents, and the bid amount is below the ABC. Therefore, the both Iron Work and General Merchandise overloaded the fund.
Mr. Chair, procure number 2026-07-147, supply and delivery of maintenance materials to be used for the repair of damaged pavement along BCIR section. RFQ submitted by Gingoog Iron Works and General Merchandise. Duly accomplished. RFQ was typewritten and legibly written, indicating a delivery period of 30 days and a price validity of 60 days. They have attached their valid future registration certificate, valid until March 31, 2027. They've also submitted their mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2026. Also, they have submitted their DTI registration certificate, validity until March 7, 2031, with a DTI certificate number of 2531334. They have also submitted their tax clearance, valid until October 30, 2026. They have also attached their updated annual ITR and their audited financial statement with a date of filing on April 30, 2025. They've also submitted their omnibus sworn statement, duly signed by the owner and duly notarized by Attorney Carl Philip Pavement. Their bid amount as read is 1,02,909 pesos and 60 centavos. I repeat, their bid amount as read is 1,02,909 pesos and 60 centavos. Since they have submitted all the required documents and their RFQ was legibly written and their bid amount as read is not above the budget ceiling, Gingoog Iron Works and General Merchandise overall rating is passed.
PR number 2026-07-149, submitted by Gingoog Enterprise. Gingoog Enterprise submitted valid PG certificate, valid until March 31, 2027. DPWH certificate valid until June 14, 2028. Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2026. Tax clearance valid until February 27, 2027. and audited financial statement date of filing on March 5, 2026. Also attached the omnibus sworn statement. And all the entries are also legally written with delivery period of 30 calendar days, with price validity of 60 calendar days. With a bid amount of 237,380 pesos only. I repeat, 237,380 pesos only. Please, legal department submitted all the required documents, and the ABC, and the bid amount is below the ABC, therefore legal enterprises overrating tax.
The check is CPR number 2026.07.147. RFP submitted by Gingoog Enterprises. They have submitted their duly accomplished RFP type written and GCVR written, indicating a delivery period of 30 days and price validity of 60 days. They have submitted it together with their valid digits registration certificate in platinum membership, all 3 pages, with a validity of March 31, 2027. They have also submitted their mayor's permit, valid until the end of the year, December 31, 2026. Also, they have submitted their DTI registration certificate with a validity of June 14, 2028, with the DTI certificate number 5021908. They have also submitted their tax clearance, valid until February 27, 2027. They have also submitted their updated annual ITR and their audited financial statement, the date of filing last March 5, 2026. They have also submitted a duly accomplished omnibus sworn statement, duly signed by the owner and duly notarized by Attorney Mariam Pipilia. Their bid amount as read is 1,041,984 pesos only. I repeat, their bid amount as read is 1,041,984 pesos only. Since they have submitted all the required documents and their bid amount as well is not above the budget ceiling, Gingoog Enterprises overall rating is passed. Okay. Yeah. They have submitted their duly accomplished out of three, type written and digibly written, indicating a delivery period of 30 days and a price validity of 60 days. They have submitted it together with their valid Philips registration certificate and platinum membership, all three pages with a validity of April 15, 2027. They have also submitted their mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2026, together with their DTI registration certificate, validity of January 29, 2030, with a DTI certificate number of 1319283. They have also submitted their tax clearance with a validity of March 10, 2027. They have also submitted their updated annual ITR and their audited financial statement with date of filing last April 8, 2026. They have also submitted their duly accomplished omnibus sworn statement, duly signed by the owner and duly notarized by Attorney Ricardo Nambata. They have indicated their bid amount as read of 1,09,422 pesos only. I repeat, their bid amount as read is 1,09,422 pesos only. Since they have submitted all the required documents and their bid amount as read is not above the budget ceiling, New People's Hardware overall rating is passed.
Hello. So we are done with the opening of the bid document. Can you get to me something? No. And if you are done, any clarifications or other concern? None, so if not, all bids are now undergo for bid evaluation, which will include the checking of completeness and correction of arithmetic errors. After bid evaluation, the bid will be ranked, and the bidder will be lowest calculated bid shall be subject for post qualification. We will issue the funding notices after completion of this statement. So since you don't have any matters to be discussed regarding the opening of bids for the goods and services under small value procurement, so we can proceed with the rebid transparency of the civil work. So for the So for the civil work, we have two project ID, 26 and 26 041.
Mr. Chair, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our visitor. Alberto Paculba, punong barangay Macopa. Thank you.
Welcome to the Montego for the rebid transparency. So, ikaw isa
Hello, good afternoon to all, back and to members, to all, and users, good afternoon. So welcome to previous conference in 36 KK 0041. So with the contract name, construction of Barangay Mandahilag to Barangay Macopa Road, Section A, Station 1+324 to Station 1+449. Section B, Station 1+686 to Station 2+283. Section C, Station 2+571 to Station 2+621. Location is in Talisayan, Misamis Oriental, with a contract duration of 175 calendar days, the amount of 18,877,000. Approved budget for the contract ABC is 18,620,031.61. With the total estimated cost with 1% DEO, 18,808,297.59. With a positive variance of 68,602.49. So in section A, we have a stationing of station 1+324 to station 1+449 with a length of 125 meters. In section B, station 1+686 to station 2+283 with a length of 597 meters. In section C, station 2+571 to station 2+621 with a total with a length of 50 meters. So the total length of all three sections is 772 meters, 2 lanes. So this is the location map of the Barangay Mandahilag to Barangay Macopa Road. So next. So the right of way certification is okay. The Sangguniang Bayan certification is okay. Next. So the scope of work, construction of Conflict Road, 2-lane, 5-meter width, 12 mm thick. So the shoulder is crush aggregate service course with a 1-meter width and 150 mm thick. So there's a removal and replacement of affected of trees and a construction of line canal CHB. So this is the typical section of the carriageway with gravel surface course, shoulder, and line canal. So canal section A is from station 1+334 to 1+449 is complete in line canal CHB. O line canal portion sa section B, line canal, which is station 1+686 to 1+700. Next. So, mali siyang typical section sa atong line canal. So, naa siya 0.8 meter depth o 0.95 meter width. So, next. So, nato ay mga portion na wala line canal is naka-side ditch lang, which is section B, station 1+700 to station 2+283, and in section C, station 2+571 to station 2+621. Next. So, muna itong plan and profile. So, as we see, section A is complete sa atong line canal section. Next. Section B, na siya ay portion sa atong line canal. Then the rest is katong naka-side ditch na lang. Next. Ang atong section C is wala pa line canal. Next. Mami siya add sa atong section C. Next. So atong summary of quantities na atay provision of road office for the engineer rental base for 5.03 months. To project billboard or signboard, natay safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization or demobilization. So natay removal of trees na 150 to 300 mm diameter, small na 57 kabuok, surplus common excavation, embankment, from roadway structure excavation, common soil, tapos subgrade prep. So atong natay aggregate service course, crush aggregate surface course para sa shouldering, Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced 0.2 meter thick 14 days para sa atong carriageway. Tapos, kung line canal, which is 278 linear meter, o seedlings or saplings for other program or initiatives. Next. So, muna ito minimikit ng procurement. Next. So, jutag photos. Ano siya, section A, start sa section A, stations 1 plus 3 to 4. Tapos ang end sa atong section A na station 1 plus 4 for 9. Next. Sa atong section B, mo ni siya ang start sa atong section B o ang end sa atong section B. Next. Start sa atong section C, then end sa atong section C. So, thank you for your attention, guys.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So, do you have any clarification or concern?
No. Good morning, good afternoon, sir. Parang, hindi may magpaalam sir ng itaw sa anong pag-clearing ng mga tanong, parang mga lobby, mga pagkakaroon ko. Ito may paalam ni sir sa kami o
Ang kwani sir, ang coming from sir, nakakwani na sir ang LGU. With the support nyo sa barangay sir, mga na LGU din ang mag-provide. But, sad to say na naapta na lang din siya sa award kasi iba ng mga LGU na ongoing pa hapon ang application for the capital. So, mostly this is LGU din po. Pag-monitor lang din sa LGU sa inyo, kung matabang po sa inyo sa follow-up ng LGU regarding sa capital.
sir. Parang, sir, parang book ya. Sa inyo, para sa ating hindi lang po, pero
LGU sir. LGU talaga sir. LGU ang mga documents for the time.
then kedua sir, parang sa tagya sa luta sir, magyapon sir, deal, masa pagsugod na.
Ako sir, supposedly, this clearing of project sir, dapat clear ng isa sir sa road right of way. Nag-certify na ang LGU.
Ito na, napapirma naman sir, okay, ito.
Okay. Dapat clear sir, kung napay problema sir, baka din kung palang uma-advertise ng mga postpone pa.
Sir, panalagong ginagawa sir.
And then, pag yun sa implementation na sir, magkakakat po ang contractor ng Philippine Office ng reconstruction sa inyo sa barangay or sa LGU, mag-inform sila sa inyo.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So, if not, we can proceed with the next budget. Thank you. Kung pa kayo mga pangutan na sir, hindi na rin. Thank you. Okay, there about that.
Good afternoon. For the next project, section of work on Poblacion, section A, station 201 to station 846, section B, station 000 to station 174, section C, station 000 to station 687.50, Sugbongcogon, Misamis Oriental. Next, please. That amount, 38,152,000. Approved cost, 38,157,781.09. Total cost, 38,542,223.32. Project duration, 183 calendar days. Next, please. Scope of works, the project will consist of the construction of 3 road completing segments with a 22 meters thickness complete gradually. Segments A and C shall have 22 meters thickness per shoulders, while segment B shall have ground surface shoulders. The walls include the cutting and removal of trees within the project limits. Construction of stone assembly of the station indicating the approved plans, removal and replacement of existing SPC with 900 mm diameter SPC installation of catch basins and third party wells. Included items, construction of field office for the engineer, project lead for the board, occupational assistant health program, traffic management, organization and organization, removal and allocation of utilities, removal of trees, removal of structures and obstruction, removal of actual structures, obstructions, and pavement diameter as a PC, surplus court excavation, foundation field, reports and drain excavation, development and roadway or structure excavation, subdivision coming material aggregate service course, cost aggregate surface course, PCCP 450 meters thickness, PCCP 0.20 meters thickness, reinforced steel grade 40, structural concrete 20.8 MPa, parkour work plus 4 RCPC, stone assembly, and siblings or subplanes. So, bali mo yung location map, natin 3 segments niya. Next, please. Ganitong topography mo. Next. Bali yung segment B. Next. Ay, balik sa ito. Segment 1. Bali, ito may yung segment 1. Kuto na siya sa pwede ng end ng sa segment. Sige ba? Ang segment 1 is kuto na siya sa weekend. Asa ko rin. Kasi nga ko rin. Next please. Ang segment B ako, we have close to 80 kilometers. Next. Coming sa segment C, from station 0, next. Then, kuto siya sa 686. Awas mo siya lumasapon sa project title niya. Malay 686 sa good siya. Next please. So, bali mo na yung typical section na ito. Bali section 8 ay ginawag ang section na mali shoulder, 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 ang both sides start na sandali. Yung shoulder, ang both sides start na sandali. Shoulder, ang both sides start na sandali. Shoulder, which is section segment B. Next please. So natin yung replacement sa PC, sa station 040, sa station segment A, station 423, natin 451 marine road, sa PC, touch base ng website. Then sa right side, both sides, 4,000 wall, ICPC. Next. And then on both sides, then the touch basins. Next. Then one starts sa segment A. Next. And then end here. Then start natin sa segment B. And then end here. And then start natin sa segment C. Then
Thank you, Nirva. Do you have any clarifications or concern? We will clarification to proceed with the checklist of the technical and financial component.
Procurement of civil works. Documents comprising the technical and financial components. For the eligibility requirements, bidders are required to submit the following documents. First, a bill of platinum membership. Second, a statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. Third, a statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC. Fourth, the bidder's computation of the net financial contracting capacity or NFCC. Finally, for joint ventures, a joint venture agreement or JVA in accordance with Republic Act number 4566, otherwise known as the Contractor's License Law and its implementing rules and regulations. Please be reminded that the failure of the bidder to update their FILJEP certificate of registration with the current and updated supporting documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the bidder's certificate. For the single largest completed contract, or SLCC, the bidder must have completed a contract similar to the project being bid. The value of the SLCC, adjusted to current prices using the PSA consumer price indices, must be at least 50% of the approved budget for the contract to be bid. However, contractors under small A and small B categories who do not have similar experience may still be allowed to bid, provided that the cost of the contract does not exceed the allowable range of contract cost of their registration in accordance with PCAB guidelines. Please note that the SLCC must be supported by an owner's certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor. Alternatively, a final rating of at least satisfactory in the CPES or a similar performance and monitoring system may be submitted. For contracts with the private sector, an equivalent supporting document shall be required. For the net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, the bidder's computed NFCC must be at least equal to the approved budget for the contract to be bid. The NFCC is calculated using the prescribed formula, as shown. The values of the current assets and current liabilities of domestic bidders shall be based on their latest audited financial statements. Joint ventures may participate in the bidding process, provided that the primary purpose of each member is similar or related to the requirements of the project. Each member of the joint venture shall be jointly and severally liable to the procuring entity in case of any breach or failure to comply with the project requirements. For the submission and receipt of bids, each bid shall consist of two components, the technical component and the financial component. These components must be placed in separate sealed envelopes and submitted simultaneously. Bids shall be received by the Bids and Awards Committee, or BAC, on the date, time, and place specified in the invitation to bid. The first bid envelope shall contain the technical documents, which must include, at the least, a FILJEP certificate of registration under platinum membership, B, PCAB license and registration in the case of a joint venture, C, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, D, statement of the single largest completed contract, or SLCC, E, computation of the net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, F, joint venture agreement if applicable, and G, bid security in the prescribed form, amount, and validity period. H, project requirements, which shall include the following. 1, the organizational chart for the procurement project to be bid. 2, the list of contractors' personnel, for example, project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and foremen, to be assigned to the project, along with their complete qualifications and experience. 3, the list of contractors' major equipment units, whether owned, leased, or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project. 4, omnibus sworn statement in accordance with section 54.3 of this IRR. 5, latest general information sheet, GIS, reflecting the beneficial ownership information, BOI, duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, for corporations. The following forms are for your reference. For bid security, all bids under competitive procurement methods must be accompanied by a bid security. The bid security serves as a guarantee that the bidder will enter into a contract if awarded the project. The bidder shall submit either a bid securing declaration or any form of bid security in an amount not less than the required percentage of the ABC, according to the following schedule. Cash or cashier's or manager's check issued by a bank, 2% of the ABC, bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a bank, 5% of the ABC, surety bond callable upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company, 5% of the ABC. The omnibus sworn statement must be executed by the bidder or by its duly authorized representative. It should contain the requirements outlined in section 54.3 of the implementing rules and regulations of RA 12,009, contractors' key personnel. The key personnel should meet the following number of years' work experience. The experience means total years of civil works experience of any nature in construction and engineering consultancy service. Include the tax identification number or TIN of the key personnel. Compliance to DEO. 98 series of 2016. revised guidelines on the accreditation of contractors, consultants, materials engineer, and to include the contact number of the materials engineer. Compliance to DEO 148 series of 2024, guidelines in the accreditation and assignment of contractors and consultants project engineer. If a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that 1. The personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract, and 2. He or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office, pursuant to Department Order Number 9, Series 2012. The proposed key personnel and replacement must be named in the bidding document. The following are the key personnel required. 1 project manager with 5 years of general experience and 5 years of relevant experience. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached. The second is 1 project engineer with 3 years of general experience, 3 years of relevant, and is a DPWH accredited project engineer. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, including their project engineer certificate. The third personnel is 1 materials engineer who is a DPWH accredited materials engineer. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, as well as their materials engineer certificate. The fourth personnel is 1 foreman who has 5 years of general experience and 3 years of relevant experience. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached. The fifth personnel is 1 safety officer 2 with 5 years of general experience and 3 years of relevant experience. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, as well as their certificate of training issued by DOLE. The last personnel is 1 full-time health personnel. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, as well as their certificate of training. For contractors' major equipment units, the contractor must provide proofs of ownership or other supporting documents for equipment that is owned, leased, or under purchase agreements. For leased or purchased equipment, a certificate of availability from the lessor or vendor must be submitted for the duration of the project. Proofs of ownership and supporting documents must specify model and year, capacity, performance, or size, plate number, motor number, body number, chassis serial number, engine serial number, specific location and condition of the equipment. These requirements are in accordance with Department Order 58, Series of 2012. For contractors' minimum materials testing equipment, refer to Department Order 11, Series of 2017 for the required equipment. The second bid envelope shall contain the following financial documents. Original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. Original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities. Duly accomplished detailed estimates form, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. Cash flow by quarter. Submission and receipt of bids. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. The address for receipt of bids submitted manually is Back Conference Room, 3rd floor, DPWH MOFDEO, Barangay 26, Gingoog City, Misamis Oriental. For electronic submission, electronic bids _Misamis Oriental 1 at dpwh.gov.ph. Modification of bids. Bidders may modify their bid before the deadline for the receipt of bids. In case of modification, bidders shall not be allowed to retrieve their original bid, but shall only be allowed to send another bid, equally sealed, properly identified, linked to their original bid, and marked as modification and stamped received by the back. Withdrawal of bids. Bidders, through a letter, may withdraw their bids or express their intention not to participate in the bidding before the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. They shall no longer be allowed to submit another bid for the same contract, either directly or indirectly. Withdrawal of bids after the deadline shall be subject to appropriate sanctions. The financial component of the bids of each past bidder shall be evaluated using non-discretionary criteria, including arithmetical corrections for computational errors, and thus determine the correct total calculated bid process. The back shall automatically disqualify any total calculated bid price which exceeds the HC. The following factors are to be considered in the evaluation of the bid prices. Completeness. No price and required item be to the government, RA 12,009. indicating a zero or a dash free to the government. All prices are deemed to include all taxes. Bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including, where applicable BOQ, shall be considered non-responsive. Arithmetical corrections. Bid prices in figures versus words prevail. Total price per item versus unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item. Unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item prevails. Stated total price versus actual sum of prices of component items. Actual sum of prices of component items prevails. Unit cost in the detailed estimate versus unit cost in BOQ. Unit cost in BOQ prevails. Amount in price schedule versus amount in bid form. Amount in bid form prevails. Post qualification. Legal requirements. Licenses, certificates, permits, agreements, and non-inclusion in blacklist. Technical requirements. Key personnel, minimum work experience requirements should be satisfied. Availability and commitment of major construction equipment and materials laboratory equipment. Performance in ongoing government and private contracts. Negative slippage of at least 15% in any project, or a negative slippage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more contracts. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on ongoing contracts within 7 calendar days, complete them within 30 calendar days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance within 30 calendar days, and complete them within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures. Substandard quality of work as per contract plans and specifications, or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligations as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. Financial requirements. Bid price proposal. Required committed line of credit in the amount specified and over the period stipulated in the bidding documents when applicable. NFCC, within 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the back that the bidder has the LCB, NEM, MAB, or HRB, the bidder shall submit the following. All the eligibility documents supporting its PhilJEP certificate of registration, platinum membership, its latest income and business tax returns filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and receipt of bid, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the bidding documents. The BAC shall recommend to the HOPE the award of contract to the bidder with the LCRB after the post-qualification process has been completed. Within 10 calendar days from receipt by the winning bidder of the notice of award, the following conditions should be complied before the contract may be awarded. Submission of the following documents by the winning bidder. Valid JVA if applicable. A valid PCAB license and registration for the type and cost of the procurement project to be bid for foreign bidders in infrastructure projects, when the treaty or international or executive agreement expressly allows submission of such license and registration as a precondition to the notice of award, or the SEC certificate of registration of the foreign corporation, or the SEC certificate of registration of the foreign consulting firm, or the authority or license from the appropriate government agency or professional regulatory body of the foreign professionals engaging in the practice of regulated professions and allied professions, where applicable. Posting of performance security by the winning bidder in accordance with Section 68 of this IRR. Signing of the contract by the parties. Common errors in the submission of bids. Failure to submit original copy of the surety bond certified by the Insurance Commission, indicating the name of project, the procuring entity, and name of contractor. Shorter bid validity and bid security validity period. Overlapping of pledge equipment and committed key technical personnel. Failure to indicate the validity of bid in the bid form. Late submission of bids. Failure to submit supporting documents, such as the certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor vendor for the duration of the project, if equipment pledge is to be leased purchased. Negative slippage in the ongoing projects, negative 15% or more, or negative 10% in each of the 2 or more ongoing projects. Unsatisfactory CPS rating. Incomplete pages of bid documents, technical and financial. Authority of the signatory to sign on behalf of the bidder. Single proprietor. Signatory should be the proprietor only. Corporation cooperative. Board secretary's certificate and board resolution. Joint venture resolution agreement. Partnership, as indicated in the articles of partnership.
Proposal to Department Order number 110 series of 2024, the DPWH has officially mandated ISO 901-2015 certification as an additional requirement in the bidding documents. The Bids and Awards Committee reminds all prospective bidders of the obligation to fully and truthfully disclose all ongoing and awarded but not yet started contracts, including DPWH, other government and private contracts. Failure to submit and declare any ongoing and awarded but not yet started contract constitute a ground for disqualification and imposition of appropriate sanctions. Procurement activities, issuance and reading of bidding documents, including buying period of downloaded bidding documents on August 5, 2026 until 8:30 AM. Hard copies at Procurement Unit Card for DPWH Mobile, downloadable from the following websites: DPWH website, www.dpwh.gov.ph, and Pagix website, www.pagix.gov.ph. The set of bids writing of bidding documents on August 5, 2026 until 10 AM at DPWH Mobile. Opening of bids on August 5, 2026 at 10 AM at Washington Center for DPWH Mobile. Category 4, 26K Gingoog Construction Road, Barangay Poblacion, Section A, Station 0+271 Bus Station 0+846, Station B, Station 0+002, Station 0+274, Section C, Station 0+000, Bus Station 0+697.5, Sugbongcogon, Misamis Oriental. Medical category reports, roads, construction, necessity. 26 KK041, construction barangay Mandahilag to barangay Macopa, Section A, Station 1+324, Bus Station 1+449, Section B, Station 1+686 to Station 2+283, Section C, Station 2+571 Bus Station 2+621, Talisayan, Misamis Oriental. Medical category reports, roads, construction, necessity. For technical and financial documents, please refer to the sample on the screen. It is a mandatory requirement that the date and supporting documents should be hard and properly valid. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hart. So, do you have any clarifications or questions? None, and since you are done with the pre-bid conference, activities to the works, so we don't have any more questions. So, any motion for the adjournment of this opening of the
Mr. Chair, I move for the opening of bids for SBP, which is services and pre-bid conference for city works, dated July 22, 2026.
So, it was not in standard, so the opening of the more quality procurement for the use of habitat and purely temporary for city world, dated July 22, 2026. Adjourned. Thank you everyone, thank you for the North Committee, to the procurement staff, thank you to our prospective leaders and users. Thank you for coming.